Do you want to have the ultimate control over your life? Welcome to Take Control with Whitney Wells, where we will explore all topics of life that we try and control, what this creates for you, and how to have successful relationships all while empowering yourself. Keep listening and let's have some fun. Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of Take Control with Whitney Wells. So before I start, I just want to let everyone know that there is a thunderstorm where I am right now. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. But I like to keep this podcast imperfect. I don't edit it. I put it out there in one take, and I like to be authentic with that. So you might hear some rain or some thunder in the background. All right. So before I get started on today's topic and what we're going to talk about, I want to tell everyone about an amazing opportunity I have. It's called the Fast Track. It's a program I have. It's a relationship program, and I turned my relationship makeover program into a fast track. So it's shorter, it's cheaper, it's amazing. It'll get you to where you want to be faster. And it's only offered for a limited time and to limited people. So if you are interested, I highly recommend you jump on it right away. You can find that link to sign up for it in the show notes, or you can head on over to whitneywellscoaching.com and you can find it there as well. So yeah, that's what I have for you. All right, so today's topic, we are going to talk about unity, connection, and love. How to create these. Now, let's start off with, why do you want to feel love towards others, even when they act from hate? So why do you want to feel this love when somebody else is maybe not acting or behaving in the way that you would like? Well, number one, because you get to feel this amazing feeling. You get to experience this. They aren't feeling your feeling. You get to feel that feeling. And love feels amazing. And number two, if your ultimate goal is to be more connected with that person, or to be more unified, or to find that common ground with them, leading with love is the way to do it. So ask yourself if that is your goal, right? If you want to be connected with that person, if you want to be unified. And if you do, leading with love is the way to do it. Imagine leading with the opposite feeling, like, for instance, superiority or hate, for instance, right? If they're coming from hate and you mirror that and you come from hate too. Or defensiveness. It would ultimately create that division or that separation between you two. So when you can drop into love, you'll get to where you want to be. You'll get that connection. So how to do this? How to do this? It's always the question, right? How to? Well, we want to start with vulnerability. Start with dropping the defensiveness and the judgment. And you want to drop into being vulnerable. And you want to do this by knowing that other people's beliefs have nothing to do with you. No matter how much they appear to, or you may think that they do. Such as, if someone believes that they don't like you because of XYZ, or they don't like that you do something, or you act or say or behave in some way, or they don't like you because you believe something. Other people's beliefs have everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. You want to create that room between your beliefs, your thoughts, your beliefs, and their beliefs and their thoughts. They are separate. You want to create that room between them. You want to possibly create that compassion, or at the very least, feel better for yourself. You want to create that empowerment for yourself by knowing that their beliefs can't make you feel any way. Their beliefs do not have that much power over you. Their thoughts about you cannot control how you feel. Only you can do that. You are the only one with that power. So you want to create this separation. Their beliefs have everything to do with them. Even if they're about you, they have everything to do with them and not you. And their beliefs cannot make you feel any way. Their thoughts about you cannot make you feel any way until you have a thought on your own to create that feeling. So, then from this awareness of where your feelings come from, and this vulnerable, non-defensive, and non-judgmental place, now is the time to have courage for unity and love and kindness. Now, courage, it doesn't feel good. It's not a good feeling. Sometimes we think it is. It sounds, courageous. It sounds great, right? But it actually really doesn't feel that great. It doesn't feel good when we feel courageous. When we're going forward with courage. It doesn't feel that great. But you get so much in return. Courage doesn't feel good because it requires vulnerability. Vulnerability is being transparent and opening yourself up to the unknown. You're opening yourself up to uncertainty. You are taking a courageous step without knowing how the other person will respond or how the other person will react or behave. You're being courageous. But I want you to also take some comfort. Take some comfort in knowing that you can always be there for you. The other person doesn't need to react or respond in any way. You got you. Remember, your feelings come from you, not from what they do, not from what they say. So you're there for you. So you can be courageous with this sense of stability within yourself as well. You don't need to rely on that other person for that. So in order to show love and kindness towards others who may think and believe differently, it requires you to drop the defense and judgment with knowing other people's beliefs and thoughts about you or about something have nothing to do with you. And be in this vulnerable place of openness. And take that courageous step forward towards unity and connection and compassion and understanding and love. Now, in order to do this, let's be curious. Curiosity is a great, useful step. Try asking yourself some of these questions. Why does this person who is believing something different from me believe this way? believe this thing, believe in this. Why are they thinking this? What could they be thinking and feeling? What is running through their head? What are they feeling in that moment? Ask yourself, how can we both be right and how can we both be wrong? Put your mind to work. When we can drop always trying to be right, we can find room. We can find that common ground with that other person. How can our differences and our difference of opinions and beliefs and thoughts, how can all of this be perfect? And lastly, ask yourself, how are we the same? Maybe it's how you're acting. Are you both maybe being defensive or judgmental, right? How are you mirroring each other? Meaning when I say that, I mean how, if that person is acting a certain way, how are you also acting in that way? If that person is feeling a certain way, how are you also feeling that way? If that person is thinking something, are you also thinking something similar? We often mirror other people in these ways, and we can find these similarities. And when we find these similarities, when we can drop being defensive, we create that connection. So I challenge you and I challenge myself to soften the outer shell that may have protected you, and it may have been useful. Soften this shell, be vulnerable and courageous in order for us to come together, connect and unite and be stronger. Now we can think of this on a large scale, right? We can think of this on a larger scale in terms of the country. Specifically, the United States. We just went through this election in which our country is very divided. We're very divided on the outcome of it, on who people voted for, what people are believing, what people are thinking. So we can think of this on a larger scale. Or we can bring it smaller and take it in terms of your relationship with your partner or some other person in your life, maybe your child or your parent or your sibling or your friend. I think our country is in need of this right now. We're in need of this unity, this connection, this love, this kindness in the face of differences, in the face of possible hate, in the face of fear. You do not have to mirror that. You can show up with dropping your defense, being vulnerable, creating that connection, being courageous. If you want unity, connection, togetherness, it starts with dropping your judgment, dropping that defense, and then being vulnerable in order to have courage to step out into the unknown and into the uncertainty. Let's create that connection. Let's create that love. Let's be stronger together. Let's stop dividing and conquering. That is so backwards to me. Let's come together. Even when we believe different things, find that connection. Be curious with one another. All right. Well, thank you for listening. And again, if you're interested in the fast track I highly recommend you jump on that immediately. There's limited spots and limited time that it will be offered for. Oh wow, the wind is very strong right now. All right. See you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye. Do you want to explore these topics further? Are you ready to live the life that you want to live on purpose while controlling what you have control over? I would love to be your life coach. If you're interested, simply head over to whitneywellscoaching.com and book an appointment with me today. I can't wait to work with you.